Hey guys, good morning. Another long drive day today. I had a conversation this weekend with a friend of ours talking about sickness, disease and stuff, how to cope with it. And it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I've dealt with it. Oh, and before I forget, it was our anniversary on Friday, so happy anniversary, Jen. I forgot I was going to do a video and I gapped it out. Typical husband. But 16 years married, 22 years together. Yeah. Happy anniversary, babe. Alright. So I was talking about... We got Longhorns in Minnesota. Look at that. Anyways, talking to a friend. We were talking about sickness and disease, dying, original sin, all that. And it all ties into original sin. Ever since the fall from the garden, when Adam and Eve ate the fruit, we've been plagued with pestilence, and disease, and cancers, and tumors, and bad health. I mean, it's hard when you think you found your vocation. I had to go through this. I had a job I absolutely loved, but my health said nope. Body's like, you can't do this no more. So I know what you're going through. But for me, I always kind of looked at it as kind of I always tell Jen it's my Jonah experiences. It's me trying to run away from doing ministry. Kept getting punished for it. I mean, you're not getting punished, but the Lord kind of moves you back into, hey, I called you to do this, you should probably do this. But yeah, ever since the fall in the garden, we've been racked with disease, and it doesn't seem fair sometimes. And I notice people get angry at God for it. And I understand why. But if we read back in Job, kind of see how, he didn't ever give up. And that's the kind of thing we need to do. We need to learn not to give up. We get challenges. Windmills are spinning today. But we get challenges. It's kind of a proving ground, this life. It's to prove your faith. We're told it's not going to be easy. I mean, even Christ said we're going to be persecuted. They're going to hate you because they hated me first, it says. But I like to tell people that it's, from my personal experience, it's how you deal with it. Like when I had to give up, I had this awesome job as a lathe operator. I just absolutely loved it. It's just the greatest. I mean, you made this awesome product. You put your heart into it. You gave it everything. You sit and think about it every night. Like, oh, how can I do this better? Or how can I fix this machine? And then one day, you get a bad medicine. It's like, all right, hey, this is it. You're done. You can't be a manual laborer no more. Or you go to the doctor and like, oh, hey, you got tumors on the brain or something. This is going to limit you in life. I remember when I was in my depths of despair, I guess you could call it. I was kind of depressed about it because I've always prided myself on being a laborer, and, being the guy at work that will run, just a runner, just get things done. If something broke, fix it. And I remember sitting there on the couch, just in pain because I had a bad reaction. Everything started spiraling downhill. And couldn't really walk, couldn't stand up. I was like, oh man, just depressed. So I jumped on the YouTubes and started watching some of them. Paul Harvey story came on. It really resonated with me. And he was telling a story about this kid. He was kind of a bully in the town, and there was this old guy up on the hill, the mountain. He always knew the answer to everything, this old guy. So the kid said, hey, I want to trick this old guy. I want to catch me a bird. I want to cup the bird in my hand. And we're going to go up to that old guy's house. We're going to knock on the door, and we're going to ask him, hey, old guy, what's in my hand? And if he says it's a bird, say you're correct. And he'll guess it because he always does. He was a smart old man. But then I'll ask him, is the bird alive or is the bird dead? Then if the old man on the hill says the bird's alive, I'm going to crush it in my hands. So the boy grabbed a bird, went up to the house, knocked on the door. The old guy answers. He's like, what'll it be, son? And he says, what is it I got here in my hand, old man? The old man said, it's a bird, which young boy knew was, was an old man. He knew things. Then the boy with a gleam in his eye says, yes, but is it alive or dead? The old man stared at him for a second and said, it is what you will, my son. I remember hearing that and just sitting there for almost an hour just silent. It's kind of what it is what God tells us. It is what you will. Do you take this trial as damnation, or do you take this trial as a test? Do we make the most of this, or do we sit back, get depressed, and just say it is what it is, and we don't move on? And at that moment, I was like, all right, this is what it is. We got to move on. And I was like, you know what? I've spent years running from my call because, quite honestly, I was scared to do it. Because dedicating your life to Christ and being a traveling preacher, and pretty much what I do now is I dedicate my life to help elderly people stay in their homes and stuff, and help them out, give them a sense of dignity. It's a scary thing, especially in this day and age with inflation the way it is and stuff. You're going from this awesome factory wage that we used to make. I mean, in our area, you want a good job, benefits, you work in the factory. You don't do what I do and become a preacher and help people out. You don't. It seems like the greater the work, the less the pay. It's kind of weird. What? You do it for love. You do it for your sense of reward. Sorry, there's a lot of traffic over here. But yeah, it is what you will, I guess, is what we have to remember. It's not fair in our eyes. It's not. Why when, like, I deal with a lot of people that are recovering a lot from addiction and stuff. I usually hear it. They're like, well, why is it that all of a sudden now I'm being, I cleaned up and getting my life together, and now all of a sudden I have this disease, or I have these health problems. And it's like, I already cleaned up. I shouldn't have these anymore. Where's the reward for cleaning up? Well, your reward is you're clean. So be happy with that. But at the same time, you got to remember, we're coming out of sin. And usually you got to pay for that. It's, and that sin is usually what brings on a lot of these health issues, is because, they're drug addicts or alcoholics or whatever our poison was at the time that you needed. But it's like I tell people that were addicts, I'm like, hey, you know how to fight. You've already beat something huge. So this is nothing. This health issue, this is whatever, man. You've gone through the joint pain, the back pain, the throwing up, the brain being scrambled, the mood swings. Man, addiction is a horrible thing trying to recover from. And I always tell them, like, if you can beat that, you can beat this. Oh, look at that. Paint a new mural on this building. Awesome. I love when towns do that. Anyways, got distracted there. But like I said, it was that Paul Harvey thing that really put this whole thing into perspective for me. I mean, I've read the Bible probably 100 times and stuff, and sometimes it's just good to hear someone put it a different way. Like, I used to be, I'll just go to the Bible and get the answer, but sometimes you just need to hear a common Joe kind of say, hey, this is how it is. I wish I could remember what Paul Harvey thing I was listening to. I think it was a testing time. It was a very powerful and impactful video I watched on YouTube. If you guys get a chance, you should go look it up. It's a very beautiful thing, especially during an election year. It makes a lot of sense. And I really like how he broke down that there's always been struggles. There always will be struggles. There will always be economic issues. There will always be wars, and health, and just, if it can go wrong, it's probably going to go wrong. It's kind of a Murphy's Law kind of deal. With that. Oh yeah, I was back to the 50s this week. You should see all the 50s cars and stuff coming down the road right now. Coming back from Minneapolis, St. Paul area. Amazing. But yeah, this is our testing time. This is our time to prove that we have what it takes. It's time to prove to ourselves and to God that, hey, you got this. I'm going to put this in your hands. I'm going to actually shut up and listen to what you're saying and what you think my vocation should be. And I'm thinking that's a video I should do sometime, is a video on vocation. I might do that. Actually, that might be a video I do here in the next few days. But yeah, I mean, I know this video's getting kind of long, but it's a hard thing to deal with. I mean, I deal with it daily. Daily I deal with it. People with Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, cancer. I mean, I deal with it daily. People that are on their way out. It's hard. It's very hard. So I hope this starts a conversation. Thanks for riding with me today, especially those of you that listen to me in the car. It's kind of cool. We take our road trips together. Now, I'm sorry this is kind of a longer video for these, but it's kind of something that, man, you can sit and talk about all day long because everybody deals with it. Everybody has their own testing time that they're dealing with. I just hope this helps you guys figure this out. And I'm pretty sure the video I watched was a testing time. And if you guys, I really encourage everybody to watch it. It don't matter what, it really doesn't matter what your political view is or your religious view of what denomination you are. Just listen to it. It's a beautiful thing. Very beautiful. He was such a talented storyteller. But I encourage you guys to check that out, especially when you're just can't figure it out, what's going on, why. So I hope that helps you guys out. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit that little bell thing. Ooh, deer. Ooh, turkeys with the deer. Oh, there we go. ADD kicking in again here or something. My drive time ADD, we'll call it. But thanks for listening, you guys. And like I said, it's your testing time. It's our time to figure out what we're made of. And I might do a video on vocation here soon. I never know. Because I got a pretty long drive today. I'm sure I'll get bored and do it. But thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.